Hey y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I am here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video you will be notified. Let me tell y'all, it has been one heck of a morning, whatever you want to call it. It's about 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, so I wanted to give you guys a quick couple of updates from the IRS. There's also some information regarding pandemic EBT summertime, specifically for California. And yeah, we're just going to go through things little by little, and I'll kind of update y'all on the morning I had towards the end of the video. But let's get to this information first. So starting off, what's going on at the IRS. So the IRS will be issuing some information letters regarding the advanced child tax credits and the payments that were made. You need these letters to file your tax return for 2021, and the reason for this is it will, I don't want to say completely lessen the probability of you having your tax refund going through a manual review, but it will help. Okay, and the reason why I don't want to say that is because there were a lot of people's returns, to be perfectly honest, that went through a manual review process last year who are still waiting to receive their refunds, I'm sorry, from last year. And I don't think that had anything to do with errors on their part or errors from the tax preparer. I think that was just the fact that the IRS was already behind. They're still behind. Don't expect anything differently this year. Some people are going to be lucky enough to get their tax returns pretty early, tax refunds pretty early, and some people are just unfortunately are not. Okay, and we don't know which side of the fence it's going to be, but it says, to help taxpayers reconcile and receive all the child tax credits to which they are entitled, the IRS will send letter 6419. Do not throw this away. Any paperwork, any documents that you get from the IRS, do not throw them away, okay? 2021 advanced child tax credits starting late December, so they started last month, and they will continue all the way up until the end of January. The letter will include the total amount of advanced child tax credit payments the taxpayers received in the tax year 2021, and the number of qualifying children used to calculate the advance payments. People should keep this and any other IRS letters about advanced child tax credit payments with their records. Okay, families who receive advance payments will need to file a 2021 tax return and compare the advanced child tax credit payments they received in 2021 with the amount of the child tax credit they can properly claim on their 2021 tax return. Now, one thing that we already know when we file our tax return, for those of us who have children, that because we are applying for the child tax credit, that our refunds are automatically, you know what I mean, they're automatically going to take longer than everybody else's who don't have children, who don't have dependents. Okay, so the expectancy of that is that most likely those payments won't start to go out for those who are claiming the child tax credit until late February or even early, February, March, right? January, February, March. Yeah, March, right? So don't expect anything differently than that, but even more so because they did give an advance on those payments last year, they have to verify that the information that you're putting on your return, you and your tax preparer. So I would just say, again, there's no guarantee that they're not going to do a manual review of your return. I think that they're going to do that anyway because there was just a lot of fraud going on. And like I said, they were just behind, period. So I think that we can expect, I'm not saying that this is what they're saying. This is just my opinion based off of what's been going on for the last couple of years with the IRS. I think that because they're already behind, and the fact that they do want to make sure that they're not giving people more money than what they're entitled to, that a lot of people who are claiming that they are still due child tax credit are going to have their returns go into some type of manual review. But to help avoid that as much as possible, I'm going to tell you guys, just make sure that you or your tax preparer, both of you guys, make sure that you are thoroughly reading through your tax return before they send it off. Make sure that you dot all of your I's and cross all of your T's, okay? It says the letters contain important information that can make preparing their tax returns easier. People who receive the advanced child tax credit payments can also check the amount of their payments by using the CTC update portal available on irs.gov. Okay. Now, they're also going to be sending out letters regarding the stimulus payments, the economic impact payments. Okay. The IRS will begin issuing a letter 6475, your third economic impact payment, to all economic impact payment recipients in late January. This letter will help economic impact payment recipients determine if they are entitled to and should claim the recovery rebate credit on their tax year 2021 tax returns and they file in 2022. It says letter 6475, that's the name of the letter, only applies to the third round of economic impact payments that was issued starting in March of last year and continue through December of 2021. The third round of economic impact payments, including the plus-up payments, were advance payments of the 2021 recovery rebate credit that would be claimed on a 2021 tax return. Plus-up payments were additional payments that the IRS sent to people who received a third economic impact payment based on a 2019 tax return or information received from the SSAs, the RRB, or the VA, or to people who may be eligible for a larger amount based on their 2020 tax return. Most eligible people are already received the payments. However, people who are missing stimulus payments should review the information to determine their eligibility and whether they need to claim a recovery rebate credit for tax year 2020 or 2021. Like the advanced child tax credit letter, the economic impact payment letters include important information that can help people quickly and accurately file their tax return. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys that information. Be on the lookout. They already started mailing out some of these letters, so just remember you're going to get two separate letters. You're going to get one for the third stimulus payment that they sent out, and you're going to get a separate one for child tax credit payments if you receive child tax credit payment advances last year. Okay, now for those who suffered or who are going through whatever they're going through due to Hurricane Ida, it says the tax relief extended to February 14th for part or all 6 qualifying states. The IR 2021-254, December 22, 2021, victims of the Hurricane Ida in 6 states now have until February the 15th, 2022, which is an extension from January the 3rd, to file various individual and business tax returns and make tax payments. The Internal Revenue Service just announced this today. Okay, I think that is all the information that I have available. Wait. Okay, so this is in regards to mileage rates. If you use your vehicle for business purposes, the IRS has issued a standard mileage rates for 2022. Let me go to that and see what those rates are. Okay, so it says beginning on January the 1st, 2022, the standard mileage rates for the use of a car, also vans, pickups, or panel trucks, will be 58.5 cents per mile driven for business use, up to 2.5 cents from the rate for 2021, 18 cents per mile driven for medical or moving purposes for qualified active duty members of the armed forces, up to 10 cents from the rate in 2021, and then 14 cents per mile driven in service of charitable organization. The rate is set by the statute and remains unchanged from 2021. So the biggest change, I would say, would be the one where you're using your vehicle to drive for business use. So if you're doing DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything like that, or if you have any other business, doesn't necessarily have to be a delivery service, but if you're using your vehicle in some way, shape, or form for business use, then the standard mileage rate is going to be 58.5 cents. Okay, it says the standard mileage rate for business use is based on the annual study of the fixed and variable cost of operating an automobile. The rate for the medical and moving purposes is based on variable costs. It is important to note that under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, taxpayers cannot claim a miscellaneous itemized deduction for unreimbursed employee travel expenses. Taxpayers also cannot claim a deduction for moving expenses unless they are members of the armed forces on active duty moving under orders to a permanent change of station. Okay, and then if you do fall in that category, there is more information on moving expenses for members of the armed forces available on the IRS's website, which, by the way, this is where I'm reading all of this information. I'm going to try to insert a small clip of where I'm finding this information, just in case you guys want to go back and read a little bit more on this, but that's where I'm finding majority of this information. Now, this is this is all on www.irs.gov. All you have to do is go to your search engine and type in IRS news, and it will take you to a page where you can go directly to the IRS website, or it'll give you various little articles that breaks down the information individually. Okay, I think that is pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I wanted to give you guys information that was relevant on a general basis, not anything that was for a specific group of people, because everybody is getting ready to file their taxes right now. There is a lot more information on here that's available, not any of it that has to do with me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys. But again, you guys can visit www.irs.gov to get some additional information regarding your individual circumstance. Now, I did go ahead and check emergency SNAP maximum benefits for the month of January, and there still are no more states, you guys. I really don't know what's going on. I know a couple of you guys are saying that you have been approved, so just leave that information down below. If your state was not included, wait a minute, I think I do see another one. Hold on, I may have spoken too soon. I don't think Kentucky is on my list. Let me take a quick look. I'm not going to go through all of them today, but I will at least. No, Kentucky is on here. Kentucky is on here. I thought that that was a new one, but it's not. Doesn't look like anything has changed in that area. I'm honestly getting a little bit nervous. You would think that, considering the fact that cases are surging like crazy. I mean, the virus is spreading like wildflower. Literally, it's spreading like fire. Okay, it is literally overcoming most of the hospitals across the United States of America. And you would think that all of these states, I know that that's a lot, that's a heavy load to carry, but you would think that a lot of these states, for that reason, would have gone ahead and submitted their documentation. Again, maybe it's just not updated on here, and maybe there's a lot more states that are available. I would highly suggest that you guys go to your state's social media pages. I'm going to keep reminding you of this. We're in a new year. You guys may have forgotten, but you can get this information as well if you go to your state's social media pages. What I mean by that is your Department of Social Services or Department of Public Social Services, whatever it is called in your state. You want to go to their Facebook, their Instagram, their Twitter. You want to go to those pages, because a lot of the times they will actually update the information regarding benefits like this, the emergency SNAP maximum benefits, on their social media pages before it actually updates on the United States Department of Agriculture. Why that is, I don't know. But for some of you guys who are a little bit more antsy and you want questions answered now, I would suggest that you go there. Also, try to get in contact with the Department of Social Services or Department of Human Services by contacting their customer service number. Okay. But that is pretty much it for that. I'm doing a quick look for pandemic EBT for the current school year, and no additional states have been approved for that either. Now, moving along, I think there was some other information that I wanted to give you guys. Where is it? Okay, so we've got a little bit of an update regarding the social spending package. Okay, so it says the Democrats have hit pause on Biden's climate social spending package. It says the Senate Democrats are putting President Biden's climate and social spending plan on the back burner as they plan to debate voting rights legislation this month and hold a vote on changing the Senate's filibuster rule. Democratic aides say the Build Back Better bill won't be ready for floor action anytime soon, and predict the wide-ranging legislation that the White House has negotiated with centrist Senator Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema may have to be completely overhauled. Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer informed colleagues Monday the Senate will turn immediately to voting rights legislation and would vote to reform the chamber's filibuster rule by Martin Luther King Jr. Day on January 17th if Senate Republicans block it. We hope our Republican colleagues change course and work with us, but if they do not, the Senate will debate and consider changes to the Senate rules on or before January the 17th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, to protect the foundation of our democracy, free and fair elections. This is a bunch of nonsense to me. But Schumer wrote this in his Dear Colleague letter that was released. Schumer made no mention of Build Back Better or when it might come to the floor, despite promising at the end of the year to schedule a vote on it before Christmas. Democratic aides warned that means Build Back Better probably won't be ready to come to the floor until March or later, and whatever version of the bill comes up for a vote will be markedly different from the $1.7 trillion framework that Manchin resoundingly rejected during a a Fox News Sunday interview that he did December 19th, okay? Schumer announced in a Dear Colleague letter circulated on December the 20th that senators should be aware that the Senate will, in fact, consider the Build Back Better Act very early in the new year so that every member of this body has the opportunity to make their position known on the Senate floor, not just on television. All of this is on television. All of this, I don't get what Senate floor. We don't see the Senate floor. All of this is on television for us. Either we're seeing it on television or we're reading it in the newspaper. I don't see how that's relevant. The fact of the matter is that he's already made promises that he can't keep. He said that this was going to be taken care of last year. By the end of last year, people were kind of hoping that this bill would have been passed because there's quite a few aspects in there that are necessary. A part of that bill was the child tax credit advance payments. They were supposed to, hopefully, if they get it passed, they were going to start those payments again if they could get it extended for another year, okay? And then there was a possibility of, if they got it extended in enough time, that maybe they wouldn't be able to start payments in January. So for that reason, they would do double payments in February. But it doesn't look like, as we've just read, it doesn't look like that bill is going to be passed anytime soon. They're saying now until March, because now they're going to go into negotiating, or not even negotiating, but basically they're going to go into trying to change certain rules as to how they vote and how they bring things to the floor and how they can get it passed and all of that unnecessary whatnot. Okay, at the end of the day, all they're doing is just drawing their line in the sand, which I feel like they do this pretty regularly, just trying to figure out how they can get what they want passed, which is going to make it harder for the Republicans to get what they want passed, and in turn they're probably going to bring something to the floor or try to create a bill at the same time and see if they can get that passed, which is basically going to try to prevent the Democrats from doing what they want to do. Y'all see where I'm going with this? It's just going to be a bunch of back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That's why I really don't jump into those talks about stimulus. I know everybody's doing just in stimulus is passed. They're not talking about no type of doggone stimulus up there. They should be talking about it. We've seen other countries have actually came through for their citizens. I think in China or Korea, one of those countries or whatever, they were actually paying their citizens $2,000 a month until they felt like they were out of the pandemic. Okay, we didn't get that. We got what? I don't even remember what we got in the beginning. It was like $600 or whatever. And then they did another one, and then they did another one. But every time they did it, there was like a long pause in between where we were waiting for them to do just what they're doing now, which is negotiating and going back and forth. And this is why I feel the way I feel about politicians, because what's going on with us right now as the citizens of the United States of America isn't really affecting them. It's not doing it. It's not hurting their pockets. They are perfectly fine. They're going to go home and go sleep in their bed, in their nice, warm, comfortable beds, knowing that there's a lot of people out there that are homeless, that have lost their homes, that have lost the breadwinners in their families due to the virus. You know what I mean? But they're not bothered by that. So of course they can continue to push things back until March, until June, until July, until September, until whenever, because it's not affecting them, even though they're saying that there's a sense of urgency. But as I clearly read, he just said, or what was just said, is that he promised to take care of this last month. And now he's not even going to do it this month. He's not even going to do it next month. He's saying, oh, it's going to be in March. Okay, so 2 months away. And then there's still a process to that. It's got to go to this person. It's got to go to this people. They got to negotiate on it. And then they got to bring it back. And then everybody say, okay. And then it's got to go to the president. So there's still a process with that. Okay. But on that note, you guys, that is literally all that I'm going to fill you guys' brains with today. Okay, that is all I'm going to fill y'all with. I think that's enough news for today. I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. But at any rate, you guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button, because it really does help to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing and you want me to stick around. I definitely can see myself doing daily news updates. I think that it is very, very essential, and I definitely think that it makes a difference when you hear it coming from someone who doesn't have anything. I don't have anything vested in these people. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I stand to gain nothing from any of the information that I provide in a, how do I say it? My videos aren't sponsored. My videos are not, I'm not having conversations with people. This is me as an American citizen, basically just looking up the information and providing it to you guys. But on that note, you guys, as always, I'm going to say, remember to live, love, and elevate. I'm so happy. I'm feeling much, 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 much better. I'm still not totally out of the woods. You know what I'm saying? I'm still feeling a little bit fatigued and all of that. But you know, I'm doing what I gotta do. I'm making healthier choices. If y'all haven't tried this, by the way, this is not sponsored. This is just me. If y'all haven't tried this, what is this? Synergy Raw Kombucha. I think I'm saying that right. But my sister-in-law actually told me about these, and I have been drinking them ever since because I don't drink soda. I didn't know what this was, and I'm a texture person. So if it doesn't feel right in my mouth, it's not gonna be in there for long. So I thought this was one of those drinks that has like that chia seed stuff at the bottom. I can't stand stuff like that. Boba. I don't like none of that stuff because of the texture of it. Not because it's nasty, but because of I just don't like seeds and the tapioca stuff. Just, I don't like it at all. But this is great. If you guys do drink this already, shame on you for not telling me about this, because this is my jam. But at any rate, you guys, again, I'm going to say, remember to live, love, and elevate. Y'all know I just love talking to you guys and going on my rant. If you don't like it, oh well, keep it pushing, all right? But I will definitely see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace, y'all.